What's up, Heat Seekers? It is I, Joe Otis from joeislit.com, and welcome to today's edition of Lit Picks. The hottest show on Friday nights is back. I won last week, kicked Mike's ass. Going to do it again this week. My hair is a little bit crazy today. I got on my green and blue flannel shirt that I wore in that crazy picture of 4 years ago with me wearing the birthday hat, which will be on my Facebook page. But I am joined right now by my co-host, the one and only Michael Costello. Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Al Borland. Thanks a lot for the introduction. It was a rough week last week for me. Went 6-7, tallied up to 44-33 and 2 though, so I do have a winning record. But yeah, the last time I saw you, I mean, you didn't have that shirt on, so it was kind of just completely shocked me as I came on here now, and you got your nice little button up. So yeah, you. It is Friday night. Audience. Home Improvement was on there, right?
I do kind of look like Al Borland right now. Yeah. All right, folks. You know what, Mike? I'm sorry to our fans. We haven't sung yet, but we will this week. I'll take care of it this weekend. It's been a little crazy week here, folks. You know, we got a lot of stuff going on in the country. We got, it's a interesting time. Things are taking, things a little bit delayed, taking our time. We're having fun. It's Friday night. Time to de-stress. Put your kids to bed. Watch the hottest show we got on Friday nights. Hopefully, make some money, get some units. We got some mega parlays coming out later. But let's get into it. Like, we got NFL Week 9. The season's halfway over already. It's a little bit crazy to even think that because it feels like it just started. What do you think?
And this week is the craziest with everything that's going on. And I think there's 8 teams with facilities shut down already or something. This is like a crazy week. I still can't believe that it's still going on. But hey, I mean, it's what it is, I guess.
Hey, they took the risk for us,
Yeah. The show must go on, as Queen says.
The show must go on. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. That's Periscope's on Twitter for all you don't know. Let's go over the scores, or the scoring options this week. So the pick the underdog is 3 points and up is 4 points. Pick the underdog less than 3 points is 3 points. Spread equals 2 points. Over under is 2 points, and the favorite is 1 point. And on the mega parlay, we have a rule. Our mega parlay is a 4-pick parlay that has to be at least 600 and above, plus 600 and above, to able to score. The person who actually, if you both hit it, the person with the higher number gets the points. Are you ready, Mike?
Let's go. Actually, right. I think you hit one earlier on in the year, and I hit one, right? We were both, at least we hit one.
In week 1, you hit one in a couple weeks ago. The first week we started doing this is where I hit the mega parlay.
Yeah.
And I beat you that week. So right now for the season, Mike, you are 4 wins on 2 wins. So I'll see if I can get into it. Yeah. We're going to start off with the Baltimore Ravens at the Indianapolis Colts this week. I don't see how the Ravens are the underdog in this one. It doesn't make any sense to me. I really think that the Colts, even though they are the home team, they really should be the dog here. I mean, the Ravens are Super Bowl contenders. With that being said, you like the Ravens, but I'm going to take the Colts -1. If we agree on everything, the show is not that fun. I do like the Colts. I like Frank Reich. I think Phillip Rivers looks pretty good. I mean, not too crazy about T.Y. Hilton this year. He's been a fantasy bust. I really don't know what's going on with the receiving core of the Colts, but they do have a great defense. They do have Leonard back. And I really like what they're doing. They're actually the number 1 ranked fantasy defense in most leagues. So I'm taking the Colts -1. What do you think?
So, I mean, you can agree with me. I mean, that can be, a good thing. If you ever wanted to agree, that could work out. Well, you don't always have to go contrarian, but that's fine. This is a tough game because I actually took Baltimore. I can see why the Colts are a favorite. Baltimore has 9 starters out right now with COVID. Humphrey is definitely, I think, going to be out, and the close contacts that are there now, they can be, if they continue to keep testing negative, they will be back on Sunday for the game. So I'm kind of taking a chance here and saying, you know what, listen, I'm going to get 3 points from Baltimore winning here because they're underdogs by +1. That's how our point system works. So I'm going to go Baltimore here. I think that, the defense is just solid. I know the secondary's out. T.Y. Hilton's out of the game. They're going to have a rookie receiving core there with Phillip Rivers. There's going to be 0 running game with the Colts because the Ravens are going to shut them down. So I just see Rivers turning the ball over. I see Baltimore winning this game, and I think this is going to be an easy pick for me.
All right. Got some comments. And ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by the Statler and the Waldorf of Lit Picks. We have Bob Ziegler says, what takes longer, getting these election results or Astheimer running to 40? Probably getting the election results because Astheimer is not that slow. He's actually pretty fast from what I remember.
I don't remember anything.
Ravens are the Rose Lock of the week. He likes the Ravens. I just don't understand
win.
Dogs. And he says, not totally sold on that, Pat. Let's agree to disagree. And he says, I don't agree to that. All right.
And also, I do want to talk. You mentioned that I was looking into the Colts because I was contemplating because they're a free agent in the fantasy league, and I was looking at them and I'm saying, their defense has really done good. Look who they've played against. They have not played any good offenses yet. All right, and you start looking way later down the line. You start looking at week 9. They're facing a team right now. Week 10, week 11, week 12, where they're going to start seeing these offenses. That defense isn't going to be number one anymore. It's definitely going to change.
All right. Moving on, we got the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. Two teams that are on top in their divisions. Actually, the Seahawks are on top because they have more wins than the Cardinals now. So it's the Seahawks and the Bills. The Seahawks traveling the East Coast. Will the Bills hold on in this divisional lead? Will they win this game? Can they handle a tough opponent like the Seahawks coming into town? And I'm going to go with the upset, take the Bills in the money line. And once again, we're going to risk it, folks. Got to risk it to pay the biscuit. If you want to beat Mike and lip picks, you got to go for some underdogs like I did last week. So I'm taking the Bills at home. It's a plus 133. It's a 3-point dog. It's not a high dog, but the Bills, I don't think they really have any really major injuries here. They still got their quarterback, Josh Allen. I'll say his name right this time. Don't want to screw that up because he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. They still have that offense. So I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I like them beating the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks are the popular pick. Everyone's going to go with that. That's probably where all the money in Vegas is going to go. That's why I'm taking the Bills. What do you think, Mike?
So this is my Costellar pick of the week. Seattle all day long. Let me give you a little fun fact. Russell Wilson does not lose on the East Coast. He's amazing, and he doesn't lose on the West Coast either. He's amazing. So I always say the Bills. I'm not huge on the Bills. I'm not high on them. I just think that they're like a dinky dunk team. I liked how they started to incorporate Zach Moss last week because I really like Moss as a running back. But I just think that Seattle's too tough. They're going to get back. I can't remember his name. Adams. They're going to get back Adams as a safety, big run stopper right there. I think that's going to help, stop Josh Allen from kind of running the football. They're going to shut down the run game and force Allen to throw the football. And I think this is going to be a Seattle game. I think it's going to be high scoring, but I think Seattle has this one easily locked up.
All right, let's go to the audience. We got SGO why you play the Niners D instead of picking up the Colts.
Because he gave up on fantasy football.
I didn't give up on fantasy football. I wasn't distracted. I kind of felt that I thought I'd be overthinking if I benched the Niners because then what ends up happening is the Packers come to town and they pick Aaron Rodgers off twice, take it back to the house, and I look like an idiot with them cut for my team. So I thought it would be overthinking things if I cut the Niners defense. They're not really doing that good this year, and I end up looking dumb about it. I look foolish. I only got a point from them. But, what can I say? Shoot me. I made a mistake.
No, Bob was right about the first place.
Speaking of East Coast, West Coast, which rap do you guys prefer? I like the East Coast. What do you think?
That's tough, man. I think in my early days I liked West Coast, but now I love the Augusta, Georgia, man. We with the Miracle and Pastor Troy. I'm a big guy right there, so I might have to go with East Coast now.
I always like East Coast better, but I like the Death Row. I had the best of Death Row records tape growing up. I like the random questions we get from these guys. So moving on to the next game, it's the Carolina Panthers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Panthers, they covered the spread for you last week, didn't they?
Okay, sure.
Temple football, you like Matt Rule, it's his boy. This game, I think that the Chiefs are going to win, obviously. The spread is pretty high, and I don't know if I truly trust the spread that much. So I'm just going to go with the over on this one. It's kind of like I'm kind of punting this away, not really going to, not really taking the big risk here by going with the over because the Chiefs have a high-powered offense. The Panthers have a high-powered offense too. But I feel like taking them. What do you think, Mike?
I like your take. I think the over is going to hit. I think it's going to be a 30-20, 30-35, 24, something like that game. My one concern with that over is that McCaffrey's back. I'm interested to see how that's going to work. Remember, he's only played really like a half with Bridgewater, who's been playing with Davis. So I think that's going to take a little bit of time for them to kind of grind in the gears and kind of get their mojo going to see how that's exactly going to happen. So I'm taking the Chiefs here. I mean, it's the Chiefs. They just destroy teams. The Chiefs are home, and I'm just going to go with Mahomes at home. I think that has that word in it. So, yeah, why not? Let's go for it. Let's give them the 10 points. I think they win this game by 11 or 12 points. But you're right. I think you're right with the over there. I think that's a good choice.
All right. Question, Joe, soup or salad? I like them both. I like New England clam chowder soup, and I do like Caesar salad. If I had to pick one of them, I'm going to take my New England clam chowder soup, even though it's fattening. What do you like, Mike?
You don't win friends with salad, but I don't like soup, so I'm winning. I'm going Caesar salad all the way.
All right. We got Andy Reeves for that question. All right. Moving forward, the next game is the New York Giants at the Washington football team. This one, it feels like these teams just played like 2 weeks ago, didn't they? And then Riverboat Ron screwed me over with the over-under on this one, or the spread. I like I'm just going to go with the football team on this one. I mean, they're coming off the bye. They got the receiver. They got McLaren looking really good. It just seems like it's if you go with the Giants, I think you're overthinking things in this one. I'm going to take the spread, take the 2.5. It's not a lot of points to give up. That's why I'm going to lay those 2.5 points. What do you think?
So, yeah, I probably should have gone with the under. The under was 42.5. The first time this team played, I think it was 39. It was a 20-19 game. I'm taking the Giants getting the points. I don't know why. They played really well against the Bucs, and that's why I think it's just going to be a letdown for them because they just did everything that they needed to do. But I'm going to kind of roll with it. They played well against the Bucs on Monday night. They're coming in here to Washington. I know it's a bye week. I do worry a lot about the Washington, Chase Young, obviously. But I don't know. I'm going with the Giants here. I'm going to take the 2.5 points, and I think they're going to actually win this game outright and get their second win of the season.
Do you know when McCaffrey hurt his back? Battle week back. Comedians. I actually really like G-Man in this game for some reason. Mike, do you want to go with the points on that one, or stick with the 2.5?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the Giants 2.5.
Next game is the Texans at the Jaguars. I mean, this game seems like it's too blatantly obvious that the Texans are going to win this game. They're pretty heavily favored. I mean, the Jaguars, they have some jabroni quarterback. I don't even know who he is. Who is he? Like
Luke Free?
Luke Free. I mean, the Jaguars are a joke. I mean, they're going to lose this game. But I'm just going to take the over. Take the 15.5. I can see the Texans putting up 40 points in this team. 50.5 isn't a lot of points, so I'm going to go with that. What do you think, Mike?
I mean, it's tough. I mean, with Minshew, I love Minshew, but with him being out, I mean, you really don't know. It's a question. I think it's gluten. I think it's a quarterback. I think it was 6th or 7th round pick from them. I mean, he might completely light the world on fire. He might do well. I mean, I really don't know. That's why this is tough here. I'm taking the Texans -7, and I'm only doing that because look, I hope he comes in and I hope he dominates. I mean, I have DJ Chark. I have a lot invested in a lot of the receivers on the Jags. It's the Texans. There's a lot going on in there. Like JJ Watt blatantly just came out and was like talking smack and saying that they're not a rebuilding team. So to me, it just seems like this is a Texans team that's just they're hungry. And I'm taking them with the points.
Question for Mike. Who was the best captain of the Starship Enterprise, James T. Kirk or Jean-Luc Picard?
I don't like Star Trek. All right. I guess I call it Trek. People get mad at me. But I'm going to go with Jean-Luc Picard. All right. That's my favorite. And I know it would upset people, but it's definitely Jean-Luc Picard because he also plays Professor X, I think, in X-Men, right?
Didn't he say make it so? Bob would know that because he's a Star Trek fan.
Yeah.
Comment section here. And let's see.
I'm actually full. I had a pork roll, egg, and cheese sandwich for dinner, and I am full.
Pork roll, egg, and cheese pizza?
No, breakfast. I didn't make a pizza. I could have.
Yeah, that's right. I think I'm right on that. on that Jean-Luc Picard line. But our next game is the Chicago Bears and the Tennessee Titans. Now, the Bears, they haven't looked good the last 2 weeks. They took the Saints to the limit there. They probably could have won that game, but they looked bad against the Rams 2 weeks ago. I think they turn it around this week. I'm going to go with take the Bears on the money line at plus 225. Titans looked bad against the Bengals last week. I think that maybe they're going to go and hit a little bit of downturn here on their season. I like their running. Of course, everyone loves Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is going to get a lot of yards for them, but I can just see the Bears defense shutting them down, and I really, really like them in this game. I think, look, you got to take a risk. You got to go with some dogs. This is my 4-point dog this week. What do you think?
Well, I think actually, and don't quote me on this, but I think the Bears, one of their best D tackles is actually out for this game. So I like Henry in this game. And of course, I'm playing against him in fantasies, which means he's probably going to run for 225 yards and 3 touchdowns. Last week, the Titans game was an embarrassment. They lost to the Bengals. The Bengals were down, I think, 3 or 4 linemen. I don't even know how many they were down, and they lost. I don't think there's any way the Titans are coming back here and losing this game to the Bears. I'm taking Titans. I know 6.5 is a lot. I wasn't crazy about that, but they have to amount this comeback. I'm taking them laying the points.
Bob agrees with you. He says Titans.
Oh boy, I don't know if that's good or bad.
He's gonna jinx it. Tom's better movie, Clash or Wrath of the Titans?
Oh, Clash, old school, man. That Al's awesome.
I never saw Wrath of the Titans. But is it Clash of the Titans? Is that from the 50s? And they also had one with the guy who's married to Lisa Rinna. How do I know this shit? I forget the dude's name. Harry Henry married to Titans, right?
I don't know Hollywood stuff.
Bob would know this kind of stuff. All right, so moving forward, the next game is the Denver Broncos at the Atlanta Falcons. Broncos really gave me a nice, pretty big dog win last week. They should have lost that game. They somehow won by 1 point. I mean, they're playing the Falcons this week, and the Falcons were the favorite. So I'm going to take the Broncos +4. I'm going to take the points in this one because I don't think they can pull it off 2 weeks in a row, get an underdog upset. So I'm just going to take the points. I think that might be easier for me. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I think Atlanta wins this game, but the Broncos offense, I mean, Drew Lock just does not impress me one bit. Calvin Ridley's out for the Falcons. The Denver Broncos defense, and Denver usually keeps games close, so I think you're on the right track there with the +4. But Denver defense they're stingy. You know, I don't think they let up a lot, but and Atlanta's defense is known for being terrible, but I don't think Denver's offense has enough to exploit it. So I'm taking the under here with 50. I don't think anybody's going to score 30 points in this game. I'm hoping, it's not like a 27-27 or something like that game, 27-24 or something. But I'm taking the under here. I don't think anybody's going to get to the mid-20s either. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, so give me that under.
Bob Rose loves Denver and the band Simple Plan. What songs does Simple Plan have?
No idea.
And he says Wrath is the shits. Original Clash was 80s, I think. Yeah, I think they had Harry Hamlin played the star of that movie, I believe. Right.
Simple Plan.
The Detroit Lions at the Minnesota Vikings. We didn't know what the actual line was for the money line, so we'll just say that the Vikings are the favorite in this one because Stafford very well could be out because of the COVID list. His wife got mad that he was put on the COVID list in August, I believe. I remember he did this once before. This time it seems like it's legit, though, and he's going to have to test again. Maybe he'll be playing, maybe he won't. He does, I couldn't tell you who the Vikings backup quarterback is, but, I mean, I'm actually going to take a risk on this. I'm taking the Lions +5. I like the rushing attack the Lions have. Swift was bad last week. They still have Adrian Peterson. The Lions let me down last week. I took them, they lost, but I think that getting the 5 points means that'll be pretty helpful to them. The line's pretty big. I think that if Stafford is determined to be out, the line's going to go out, but we're making these picks on Friday night. We don't know the full story. That's why you're going to take the Vikings in the money line. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was going to try and text Pro Eddie to see if he was in the house so he could tell me the backup quarterback for the Vikings. I know it's not Gus Frerotte anymore, but yeah, I was trying to maybe he's on here. He can send something through, but I have no idea either. It's a great question. Was it Christian Ponder? I'm just having all these Minnesota Vikings quarterbacks down in the back of my head. Brad Johnson. I can keep going. And then the kicker, Fuad Revez, geez, I don't even know what's going on right now. But yeah, I'm taking the Vikings here on the money line. They looked really good. Dalvin Cook looked awesome last week. Detroit's defense is not very solid. Kenny Galladay's out. I think that's huge. I think that's huge for Minnesota there. I mean, obviously Minnesota can't really cover anything. So without their top receiver, I think that's there. I do think Stafford plays. He's going to get cleared. I guess if he posts negative or whatever tomorrow and Sunday, he's going to play in the game. But I don't know. I got the Vikings here. Just give me them straight up. I think they win this game.
Chase Daniels line back up. And he's not that bad. He's a decent.
That's not a bad backup, yeah.
Need a simple plan song for karaoke for the loser. It's not a bad idea. Maybe next week we'll do that. All right, moving on to the 4:00 games. We have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Los Angeles Chargers. These are two AFC West divisional rivals here. I mean, the Raiders, I don't know why the Raiders are the underdog in this one. Doesn't really make any sense. I'm going to take with the overall this one. I think that both of these teams have decent offenses. Derek Carr isn't that bad of a quarterback. I think that Josh Jacobs, you love Josh Jacobs. He's your favorite running back. I like him. I think that the Raiders have been doing pretty decently on offense. The Chargers, I think Justin Herbert is he's a really solid quarterback for a rookie. He's going in there. He's putting some points up. He's lighting the scoreboard up. I think that this game could be an over into the 60s. That's why I really like the over in this one, because I think 51.5 is a little bit low for these two potent offenses. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're on the right track there. I think I text Rose, Pat, on Monday, and I said I was hammering the Raiders. And I'm still sticking with it. I know it's a lot. They just came off a big win. The Chargers, with that game blowing it there. But I put too much faith in the Chargers every single week, and they just cannot finish in the fourth quarter. So I'm going to go here. Like I said, this is a game for us too. It's a 1 point. I'm going to get 3 points for just taking the Raiders here straight up. So I might as well go for it. And I think that they are going to win this game. I think Derek Carr's a lot. Hopefully we see a Jacobs resurgent. Joey Bosa, I haven't really read much more into that injury. I know he had a concussion. I don't know if he cleared protocol or he's back or not. If he's out, then that's even a major bonus for the Raiders. I really haven't checked last time, but I'm going with the Raiders here straight up.
Got a Charger hunch here. Look at that.
Yeah, he disagreed with me on that too. And that, it makes sense, but I'm going here. I got a hunch too with the Raiders.
Bob says, I stay away from this game like I stay away from Joe Magg after Taco Bell. And Bob wants to know, could Minnesota cover a Doug Smith tight end screen? Probably not. I don't think so. All right, and then on to our next game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Dallas Cowboys. This game was the matchup for Super Bowl 30, but that's a long way because we have Cooper Rush starting or Garrett Gilbert. I don't think they've even made a decision on who it is. I think that this could be a blowout for the Steelers. I'm going to take the over. I mean, the Steelers have a really top defense, and they're going to make the day bad for this young quarterback who has no experience. Zeke Elliott's probably going to get crushed. I'm still going to start him in fantasy because you can't freaking bench Zeke Elliott. But I'm taking the over in this one because I think this one could be 35-10 and barely hit the over. I mean, 43 is a low number, but you never know. Maybe the Cowboys might surprise me and get some points on the board. Probably not, but what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if you look, the way to beat Pittsburgh is throwing the football, and Dallas has really good receivers. The problem is they have to protect them, and Pittsburgh minus 14.5. Enough said.
Enough said. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy what's going to happen in this game. Nothing much to say on that one. Zeke should go back to Endor. That's a Star Wars reference.
I don't know what that means.
Heard a stat that Mike Tomlin's teams never cover as a double-digit favorite. That's interesting. Who told you that, Mike Francesa?
They will this week.
All right, next game is probably my game of the week. We got the Miami Dolphins at the Arizona Cardinals. And the return of Kyler Murray, I'm really excited about that because he's on my fantasy team. I had to sit him last week for Tua, who will be playing in this game. I think that it's blatantly obvious to take freaking the Cardinals because everyone knows the Cardinals are an emerging team. They beat the Seahawks a couple weeks back, and that was their welcome party. But I think that it's going to get spoiled a little bit this week. So I'm going to go with another high underdog this week. I'm taking the Dolphins in the money line at plus 188. I just love the way the Dolphins played last week. They really took it to the Rams. They're going to take it to another NFC West team, and I can see them beating the Cardinals. I think it's going to be a pretty high-scoring affair. I can see both Tua and Kyler Murray having good games. What do you think?
See, I disagree with you 100% with that one. I thought that last week that game was the biggest fluke I've ever seen in my entire career. I'm trying to pull this up real quick. My computer's really slow for some reason with it. But they didn't really take it to the Rams. And that's what I said, like Tua didn't even really do anything. What did he throw for, like 90 yards? I don't even know what he threw for.
Yeah,
they had two defensive touchdowns. Yeah, like they had like 2 defensive touchdowns. And I was just like, and you look at it, and I'm trying to get this. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. But I'm taking the Cardinals. Remember, it's like 3 weeks ago, I took the Arizona Cardinals as my future Super Bowl team. Now, I don't know if that's really going to last itself, but I think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to be here. They come off a bye. They no longer have that decision to make between Chase Edmonds and Drake. Drake's hurt now, so it's going to be the Edmonds show. Edmonds has looked really good, and I've been kind of banking on Drake to break out. Now it's the Edmonds show, so I think the Cardinals have too much here to win this game. So I'm taking Cardinals here -4.5.
How many touchdowns do you project each quarterback to have?
I think Tua might have 1.
All right. Tua might have 1, and what do you think about the other one?
All right, so let's look at the team stats here. 31 first downs for the Rams, 8 for the Dolphins. 8.
Wow.
8 first downs for the Dolphins, and they won 28-17. So the score shows you that, but there's no way, when you look at the total yardage, 340 yards to 90 yards, it was a fluke. I do not see. And listen, I could be wrong here. If the Dolphins win this game, then it's completely on me. But I don't think there's any chance the Dolphins have of winning this game against the Cardinals.
So you said 1 touchdown for Tua. How about for the other one?
Kyler Murray, he's going to score probably 3 combined. That's just not a comment. It's a funny.
More than double Thompson.
I ate a whole entire box of those last week.
That was pretty funny. I like that with dog Sundays too. That was pretty good. I had it.
I haven't gone. I mean, once we'll go back there one time.
The next one is the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe this is the Sunday night game. Yeah, it is. It's going to be Drew Brees versus Tom Brady. I mean, this is the game of the week that everyone's all excited to see. The 2 future Hall of Famers who keep on tying and breaking each other's all-time quarterback passing touchdown record, but it'll probably be broken again this week.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go with easy and take the Buccaneers in the money line at -220. I think that this is being conservative, but you have to get some points towards the end there. And I'm just going to go with the Buccaneers. I mean, there's Brady getting Antonio Brown as an extra target, but who knows how good it'll be. He could be really, really rusty.
Good.
I mean, they say he's going to be good. I mean, I don't understand how someone like him can come back so fast from suspension, but someone like Josh Gordon is still in suspension. Like, I don't get that. But I'm just going to take the Buccaneers. I think that's a really easy one. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Bucs win this game too. Although I do like the kind of the hypocrisy that's going on. Is Breeze, has like this shoulder injury, and they're playing this whole thing off that Breeze's shoulder injury. He's been limited in practice Wednesdays and Thursdays, and he's always limited in practice Wednesdays, so it doesn't matter. So I think he's going to have a good game here. I'm torn because I have Michael Thomas in my fantasy league, and it's a Sunday night game, so I'm like kind of stuck with putting him in my lineup. So I don't really know what to do. But I'm going to take the over in this game. I do think it's a high-scoring affair. 50.5 to me just seems low. I mean, I think this game can go well in the 60s. I think it is going to be a battle. Dude, Alvin Kamara, he is awesome. You have your love for Kittle that you talk about. Alvin Kamara is unbelievable. They'll throw him a 1-yard pass, and it'll turn into a 95,000-yard touchdown. Like, he is unbelievable. And I just don't think the Bucs can stop him. I think it's going to be a high-scoring thing. I just going to go back and forth.
You don't have any more love for Kittle now because he's injured.
Yes.
That's
You got Gronk now, so you get to look forward to this game.
Yeah, I got Gronk. I like Gronk. I like him better than Hayden Hurst.
I wouldn't know about that. I'll take Hayden Hurst still.
Pat Rose loves Tampa. He's really into it. Bob says the Saints are overrated. I love watching them lose. I love watching them lose too. And they're playing outdoors though, so they're not like they're playing in their typical dome setting.
Yeah, I think the Bucs are definitely going to take this one home. But
All right, so this is going to be a free shitty game that I don't care about. New England Patriots, the Jets. I mean, it's not like it's 2010 when it's Rex Ryan getting his feet rubbed by his wife and rubbing his wife's feet in the video. When he's pretending he's a cop. It's none of this shit anymore. It's not Wes Welker.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do know what I'm talking about.
No, I really have no clue what you're talking about.
But this isn't like 2010. This isn't when these two teams were competitive. The Jets are absolutely freaking terrible. They're atrocious. Their coach stinks. The quarterback probably stinks, but we don't know yet. Frank Gore, I believe, is their starting running back. The defense is awful. They're terrible. They can't even cover anything. The Patriots, Cam Newton stinks. He fumbled the ball all you had to do is hold him the ball. You can go to overtime or you can win the game. I kind of feel bad. They don't have any receivers. Julian Edelman is injured. I don't really know what to say. The Patriots might as well tank, but they're going to win this one. But I'm going to take the over on this 42. It's not really much. I think that, I think Cam Newton can put up 25 on his, the Cam Newton led offense can put up 25 on their own, 28. I don't think that the Jets are going to come close. So it's going to be like 35-10 probably again on this one. What do you think?
The Patriots are going to win this game. I have them laying the points. And I can tell you this as certainty. Pat released Cam Newton in our fantasy league. And Cam Newton is going to have a day. He's going to have 2 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown. He's definitely going to go off this week. And the Patriots are going to lay this game. People are probably going to turn this game off in the first quarter because it's going to be extremely boring. But that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty brutal freaking game.
Yeah.
I never heard
anybody look at the Sunday night game like that would be. Oh, I'm sure they missed out on that one.
I've never heard anybody say the Patriots before. Did you say that because of Pat's name?
I didn't even mean to say it, but yeah, I guess the Patriots is pretty. Yeah, I wish I was trying to be clever, but no, it was just a mistake.
Do you think that Cam Newton having 2 touchdowns is that your Costello?
I think he's gonna have 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. I think he comes back. He bounces back this week.
Yes. What would be the line on Steiner versus the Jets? Which Steiner? Our team or the garbage teams? Probably, I would say Steiner plus 12. Pats are trying to lose on purpose, but they'll still beat the Jets. This is a pick 'em. And feel bad for Darnold. I think he's good. A diamond in the rough.
That's an inside joke there.
Oh, geez. There's a lot of hidden references in this one. This show will never be big. It's only going to be big for the 2 people who watch it.
It's fun, though.
Diamond in the rough, yep. Let's see. So that's actually the last game of the week, folks. That's the Monday night game. Mike, you think you're going to beat me again this week, or do you think I'll get you? Are you feeling confident?
I got you. No question.
No question.
Yeah.
You know what it's time for? It's time for a mega parlay. My mega parlay is I'm going to take the Bears plus 6.5. I know I took them on the money line, but maybe it's not ballsy of me to not stick with my pick originally. I'm just going to go with the points in this one. But this is a parlay, guys, and it's a pretty big one. So take them. The football team minus 2.5, the Bills plus 133, and the Broncos plus 175. That is the payout of plus 22.38. So if you put in $10, you're probably going to get back. I'm sorry, 10 units, folks. 10 units. Remember, we can't talk gambling on this. They'll get you over $200. What do you think, Mike, for yours?
So I like one of those. I like their Bears with the plus 6.5. I do think that they're going to stay close and cover here. I actually like mine. I told you I love Arizona. I was immediately taking the Cardinals there, laying the points. I'd like the under with the Broncos Falcons game. You can give me that till the cows come home. The Seahawks -3, absolutely. The Steelers -14.5. I was kind of, I don't know. I think they're going to do it, but I was kind of hesitant. That's my least confident game there. I was thinking of substituting in the Houston Texans at -7 there. I was going to go with a 5-teamer and just be a little, cocky, but I decided to just choose the Steelers here at -14.5 and hope that it doesn't kind of, come back and get me. But sticking with it here. So I'm very confident with the Seahawks and Cardinals game. That's for sure.
All right.
Then again, last week I was confident with the Titans and Packers, and look how that worked out.
So my karaoke punishment for you is "Gangsta's Paradise" by Coolio. That's a song everybody knows. If you remember him, and you mentioned this in the Weird Al video when his face is all sweaty, like the chubby guy in the "Gangsta's Paradise" video. This is a song from the Dangerous Minds soundtrack starring Michelle Pfeiffer. And
Oh, time out. We have a comment here, which we can actually ask him to see if he knows the backup here.
all right,
Mr. Parati, we actually spoke about you earlier in the show. We were wondering, we were trying to figure out who the backup quarterback was for the Vikings, and I was going off and saying Tavares Jackson, Christian Ponder, Gus Farrat.
Mike
And
Tavares Jackson passed away. Rest in peace. LV was the fat guy. Who's that?
That was the guy from Coolio.
Yeah, okay. Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Who's the Vikings backup quarterback now? I don't even know who it is. Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's see if he knows that one. Yeah, because you looked it up. We do know it now.
Well, the Lions, it's Chase Daniel.
Oh, I thought you said that was the Vikings backup.
Oh, it's Sean Mannion. Sean Mannion is a freaking bum.
No idea.
LV have any kid? Wait, hold on. What is this? Ganks. I don't even. Is that his name? LV.
I don't know.
Song by Coolio. LV. You're right. It's LV.
There you go.
And he's sweating. His face is all sweating. You gotta, when you sing your song, you gotta put some like water.
Actually, dude, it's actually a really funny story that I don't know where you got this song from, but I was taking a walk with my kids today around the neighborhood, and there was a guy walking with his family, and he had Weird Al Yankovic Amish Paradise on, and he was walking with it with a radio, walking around, and I just started cracking up laughing. I didn't even know how to respond to that. Like the most random song you can possibly hear walking with your family on a I don't know. I thought it was great.
And for you picking me Unchained Melody, why'd you pick this one for?
I love Ghost, man. I love that movie with Patrick Swayze.
Really?
I really do. And I love that movie. So I just figured that song.
Off in the video when I'm singing it and go behind the.
Please don't.
Go behind.
No, please do not make the clay. Do not. Yeah. Let's not reenact that. Let's just have you sing it.
You remember Naked Gun 2.5 when they reenact that scene with Leslie Nielsen?
Yes.
Funny.
Great movies, man. When he was the umpire, that was probably my favorite time of all.
That was the first one
too.
Wasn't it? Oh, look at this one. We got Ghost or Ghost Dad.
Very good movies. Ghost. It has to be Ghost. That's a great movie.
You remember the one when in Ghost Dad when the girl doesn't she like fall down her steps, trips on skates, and then dies?
No.
And then
Ghost Dad was with Bill Cosby.
I felt bad for her.
I didn't know that happened in the movie.
Well, I'm not to rewatch that again. That was with Bill Cosby. We're not allowed to watch this movie anymore because he's canceled. He's a rapist, supposedly. Even though he met you at Temple, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't he nice then?
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I don't know. Anything.
I mean, I don't think I'm saying anything wrong here. The Cosby give her a drink. I don't know.
It's late. Let's get out of here.
The Vikings need Jameis to be the backup. I hate when. Oh, okay, let's stop
I'm
with the race.
surprised they didn't sign Jameis Winston as a backup quarterback, but
before she fell. All right, guys, this is going off the rails right now. This will be the end of the show. And Mike, you can tell everybody to what?
Stay lit and good luck this week.
Good luck. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.